Blessings, guys. Thanks for joining Dress Postres. Today, I'm going to be making vegan blueberry muffins. And it's a fairly simple one bowl recipe. And I'm also going to guide you through making some cake goop that you can use anytime, not only for the muffins, anytime that you're going to make any type of pastry in a pan, cake, and it helps release. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the dry ingredients and then I'm going to mix the wet ingredients after. So I'm going to begin with 2 cups, and you want to make sure they're leveled. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Flour of your choice. I prefer the unbleached flour. What is your preference? You can also do this gluten-free by using the 1-to-1 flour. So that's 2 and 1/3 cup of flour. And to this, you want to add 3/4 cup of light brown sugar. 2 and 3. And if you follow me on TikTok and Instagram and you don't know, brown sugar is granulated sugar with molasses in it. And there's a recipe on there. You could definitely check it out. I'm going to be adding baking powder. You can use baking powder of your choice. And this is going to be 3 teaspoons. So this measurement I have is half, so I'm going to go 6. So just 3 teaspoons. As you can see, my measure is a half measure. I don't know if you can see it. It's half. So you want to just use 3. Okay? And to that, also 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And a pinch of salt. Just a pinch of salt. I'm going to list again all the ingredients in the description. Now you just want to give it a quick mix to incorporate all the dry ingredients. Just to make sure for when you would mix the wet, you have just a nice little even distribution of the ingredients. And make sure you remove out any clumps if you have in your brown sugar. Add 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I know you're probably like, oh, that's yucky, but this definitely helps during the bake. I'm going to add 1 cup of plant-based milk. And you could use any plant-based milk of your choice. And to this, you want to add a half cup of olive oil. You can also use neutral oil, vegetable oil, to your liking. I'm going to give this a quick mix. Just want to make sure that all your ingredients are mixed together. It's going to be a dry batter. It's not going to be like a wet batter. This is what it's looking like. And to this, I'm going to add the blueberries. So usually when you use fruit, you can use fresh or frozen. I'm using frozen. Usually when you're going to bake any pastries or cakes or loaves with fruit, you want to toss your fruit in flour. But for this, you don't need to do that. So just add them in. And what you want to do is you just want to fold it in. So with a spatula, you just want to fold it in. So you don't want to crush those beautiful blueberries, you know. And it's not a lot of mixing from here. It's just folding it in to make sure you have a good distribution of the blueberries. That's about it. And now I'm going to guide you through the cake goop. Before starting the cake goop, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350. Okay, so the cake goop is definitely an easy recipe. We're going to do half, half, half. So I already melted some coconut oil in the microwave. I'm going to be using that. That's half a cup. Half a cup of vegetable oil. And this is something you want to store room temperature. And half a cup of all-purpose flour. It's a mix. This is what it's looking like so far. And you don't need cake goop. This is just because I'm not going to be using any liners, like any wrappers for it. I want it directly in the pan. Okay, so I'm done mixing the cake goop. And again, this is only because I'm not going to use any liners. So you want to get your muffin tin and you want to use a pastry brush. And just go ahead and make sure you got a good amount on there. Make sure you get the sides. I'm going to be using the ice cream scoop to scoop the batter. And the reason why I'm not using a lining, I'm going to put 1 scoop per and see what's left over and then double scoop. But the reason why is that I want that nice caramelization that's always seen in the muffins. Like on the sides and on the bottom. And this recipe yields 12 regular size, almost like cupcake size ones. But I'm going to attempt to do some cupcake size and some jumbo. So I'm going to be doing 4 jumbo and 6 regular size. This is 1 scoop. And then this is 2 scoops because I'm going to be making 4 jumbo. So you want to put them in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 minutes. The jumbo ones, you definitely want to put them in a little longer. So I would say about 28 minutes, but you definitely want to watch them. So I'm going to be putting them in now and setting a timer, and I'll be back when they are done. Okay, guys, so my timer went out, so I'm going to check right now. I put the first batch in, which I put, oh, they look amazing. Look at that. Look how beautiful. And if you want to make sure they're done, the old toothpick trick. You want to make sure it come out clean. You are going to get blueberry, but that's because of the fruit, but it's fairly clean. It's just a blueberry. So you want to be able to sit them out, let them cool off a bit. And I'm going to put the next batch in. Okay, guys, so these are the muffins, and you could tell these are the jumbos, and those are the smaller ones. Came out looking amazing. Okay, guys, so this is what the muffins are looking like. I put them to cool a bit, and you see the caramelization on the edges. That's exactly what I was looking for. But you don't have to put it directly in the pan. You could also use the wrappers. So I'm going to be tasting one. Oh my goodness. Oh, a piece fell. Thank you, Jesus. Mm-mm-mm. Look at the crumb on this. So if you make this recipe, don't forget to let me know in the comments how it went. And don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe and share also. And again, you could definitely follow me on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So let me know if you guys tried it and enjoy. Blessings, guys.